from the first time I came here to see the city, it's been an absolutely wonderful experience. Even though I was from New York originally, I grew up in upstate New York and spent a lot of time up in Vermont skiing and hiking. I was on the ski patrol up there. So coming and seeing mountains is a real good thing. I like that. And I've just been incredibly impressed with the city and the people that I've met. And as I said to my fiance last night, I feel like this is home and feel that we'll be very comfortable. We're buying a house up in South Hills. I'm sure sooner or later you'll figure out where it is. It won't take long. You can camp out in my front yard. But I do have a dog. I won't say whether it's vicious or not. Just want to keep you at bay a little bit. So yeah, we're really excited about moving and settling into the community and really making this home on a permanent basis.
Once you start actually operating as the director or as police chief, what would be the first area that you'd like to work in?
Well, I think it's not so much about working on things. I think the first thing I really need to do is try to meet as many people as I can, both in the department and in the community. And I think one of the things that I really want to do is spend some time with the line officers, do some ride-alongs with them on all the different shifts to get a sense of what their perception of the department is. What are we doing right? What could we do better? And hopefully not too many what are we doing wrongs, but that's reality. That might be out there. And I think it's very important for chiefs, directors, commissioners, whatever, to really talk to the people that are working for a living, right? We become very bureaucratic and we sit in offices and we make decisions, but those decisions have to be informed by people that are actually going out and doing the work. I also think that it's really important to have those same level of conversations with the community. Right? We need to engage in productive dialogue with people who may not see the world from the same perspective that we see it from. And we're not always necessarily going to come to an agreement. We may come to a position where we have to agree to disagree. But I think it's very important to not just listen to the people that are telling you you're doing great and you're wonderful and you walk on water, but also to talk to people that may have a difference of opinion than you do. This is an extremely talented police department, from the line officer all the way up through the command staff. Chief Stevens and I talked to a couple dispatchers that were coming on the department this morning, and one of the things that the chief stressed is that for us to be effective, for us to deliver high-quality services, everybody has to work together, right? So there will never be Chief Straub's plan. It will be the Spokane Police Department's plan. One of the issues that we're going to have to look at, and clearly we're up against a fiscal crisis, but and departments all over the country are facing this, is what do we do with manpower or person power, right? I think there's 19 positions, Scott, that probably will not get funded. There will probably be 8 to 10 officers who will retire that, right, just through normal attrition. We have to figure out how to keep our number where it should be, and again, that's something that we'll look at when I get here in a few weeks. But you have to invest in your police department if you want to have a safe community. And just chasing 911 calls, that's all you're doing, right? It's like a dog chasing a bone. You're just chasing the calls. That's not good for the officers. It's not good for the community. So we have to have a force that's right-sized, that allows us to do proactive work, that allows us to do education, that allows us to do undercover, that allows us to use bait cars, all those type of things, to be very strategic in our patrol coverage. So again, I think it comes down to how do we learn, how do we grow, and I will tell you that in the very short time that I've been here, every single officer that I've met has expressed to me their commitment to being the best police department in the state of Washington. That's impressive, because you don't have men and women that are walking around with their heads down. You have men and women walking around with their heads up saying, we're going to move forward and we're going to be the best department in the Northwest. My goal is to make us not only the best in the Northwest, but to make us the best mid-sized police department in the country. And I believe that we have the caliber of men and women in this department that we're going to get that done. And so I think that instead of talking about the metropolitan police model right now, I think we need to talk about how do we cooperate and collaborate right now, because you have a very good sheriff who has a very good sheriff's department. You have an outstanding Spokane Police Department. How do we get together to build a very good law enforcement package that serves this region? And so then, do you necessarily need to have a new police department, or do you need to bring those smaller police departments to the table and recognize that they also bring a lot to the table, a lot of talent, a lot of equipment, a lot of expertise? And so what you start to do then is some of the stuff that goes on here with the regional drug task forces, the terrorist task force, those type of things. So I don't know that you necessarily have to create a metropolitan police department right now. I think we need to kind of see how the economy goes and what the policing needs look like as we go down the road. But I think right now it's about cooperation and collaboration. You know, I spent the first 15 years of my life, professional life in law enforcement, as a federal agent with 3 different agencies. I went through the Federal Law Enforcement Training Academy down in Glencoe, in addition to the State Department, at that time, Bureau of Diplomatic Security, which was my first federal position. There were agency-specific training. So that initial training was about 620 hours, if my memory serves me right, that I went through, right? I think the state academy, the basic academy, is about 700, 750 hours. Again, rough numbers. So pretty close in terms of that basic number. You know, there were very few differences in terms of a federal law enforcement academy and a basic police academy. We did car stops, we did evac, we did first aid, we did defensive tactics, we shot. Probably, my guess is, as a State Department agent, I probably shot more guns than a basic recruit is going to get, because part of our job as the State Department was foreign assignments. So, for example, I spent 4 months in Bogota, Colombia. So we had to be proficient not just with American weapons and issued weapons, but also foreign weapons that were available at the time. So I think that in 28 years of being in this business, I can demonstrate that I've done real police work, both at the federal level and at the local and state level.